I'm not gonna do this.
Welcome to Orchard Lake, Michigan and St. Mary's Ice Arena for a contest between the 06 Toledo Cherokee and Orchard Lake United. The puck drops and Orchard Lake takes control at center ice with a battle along the boards. Orchard Lake comes away with it, crosses over the blue line onside. Down the side comes David Ben, who has it knocked off his skate. Centering pass to Jamison Rose, shot on goal and no rebound. This is the final regular season game for Toledo Cherokee. As last weekend they lost 2 to Saginaw. Puck is dropped here in Orchard Lake zone. Won back by Jamison Rose, but taken away by Orchard Lake, skating through the neutral zone. Puck is flipped out to center ice by Jamison Rose. On it now is David Ben, bend up the side, hits the brakes, does a spin around, and the Orchard Lake player knocked it off his stick, but he gets it back, sends a shot right through the crease that goes wide left. Puck is tapped out to the point. Xander Kurt dumps it back down in behind the goal. Comes down to the far corner where Ridings is playing by himself down there. Ethan Vanderset shuffles it around the backside where Orchard Lake takes control. Xander Kurt steps up but cannot control the puck. Orchard Lake comes out with it. Ben Egan intercepts the center ice. Quickly turns it up ice to Tyler Kemp, who loses it at the blue line, picked back up by Ben Egan. Back to Kemp, who puts a shot into the zone, but it doesn't get through as a bunch of sticks had knocked it down. Xander Kurt brings it back to reset where 2 Toledo players almost collide, and the puck comes out and we'll have an offside. 12:08 here in the first, no score. Golden Keurig back on defense with Morgan, Vanderset, and Kemp for the forwards. Orchard Lake brings it in off the face-off, shoots wide where Derek Morgan loses his footing against the boards there and gives up the puck. Puck ends up in front of AJ, but no danger there. Wrapped back around, and here comes Morgan. He gets it out of the zone and to center ice and flips it in. They're going to have an icing on the play. Let that puck go just before the red line, according to our referee. Face off in the Toledo end here, wins it back to almost his goalie there, was Leach, where Ben Egan collects it behind the net, whiffs on it, and gives it right back to Orchard Lake. Puck comes right through dangerously into the slot, but fortunately for Toledo, nobody there for Orchard Lake. Orchard Lake is resetting, bringing the puck back down, where Weasel got a stick on it, but Orchard Lake won that battle and knocks it back in, shuffles it back behind the net for Ben Egan to collect. Ben Egan sends it back around the other side, looking for Weasel. Orchard Lake across the blue line. Puck's coming in on net, where AJ handles it, gives it to Ben Egan, who tries to get it up to his left winger. No avail. Toledo needs to clear the zone here as Orchard Lake's bringing a little bit of pressure And they do just that right there. Cross ice pass for the Orchard Lake defenseman. Gets away from him where Depew picks it up for Toledo. Battling over there in the corner by himself. The puck comes out to Weasel, who dumps it back to his point man, Ben Egan, whose shot is blocked by number 13 for Orchard Lake. Jamison Rose doing some dangling back behind the Orchard Lake net. Can't come away with it. Turnover right at the blue line for Orchard Lake. Who ends up dumping it back down into the Toledo zone where Xander Kurt kicks it back out to center ice. Rhino Ridings being tied up a little bit by his man. Can't get the puck across the blue line. And here we have a 2-on-2 with David Ben back checking a shot. And Gould down on the side there. Gets it out of the zone with a pass to Ridings, who could not handle it. Another pass comes to him, and here comes Jamison Rose. Skating down the ice. Lost the puck and his balance. Looking for a penalty on that, but he won't get one. Here comes Toledo again. Jamison Rose brings it right through the high slot. Was lining up for a shot. Lost the puck off the stick. Slams his stick in frustration and can't believe he didn't get that puck to the net somehow. Brackenbuck picks it up with full head of steam. Comes in, shoots, scores! Brackenbuck picked up the puck right at center ice. Coming in off a line change, full speed, right over the blue line. And puts it top. He was expecting him to come through with all that speed, as Orchard Lake was just kind of standing around, and he caught him flat-footed, found an open spot where he could get a shot off and buried it. 1-0 Toledo. Puck is dropped, nobody touched it, so Derek Morgan slid in and knocked it down the ice. Ooh, and gives the goalie a nice facial shower there of ice, where I'm sure there's a lot of clean ice down there in front of the goalie. Won't need a water bottle after that. So, Van Aerset here on the face-off in the Orchard Lake zone. Ties his man up. Morgan outworked 71 for Orchard Lake. Got in front, but the puck was a little bit too far away from him and too close to the goalie, who Toledo now with the puck. Orchard Lake clears it out of the zone as they're bringing it here in and around. Orchard Lake came in to try to get a shot on goal, and the puck was turned over and stolen away by Tyler Kemp, who brings it down into the zone. Oh, he comes around the backside. Looks like they're going to have a tripping call as soon as Orchard Lake gets control right there. And hopefully back to the action here, where the Toledo Cherokee have a 1-0 lead over Orchard Lake on a goal by Brackenbuck. Apologize if we missed any of that first few minutes of action. 7:35 left here in the first period, where Toledo, number 25 for Orchard Lake United. All right, puck is won back to the point to Ben Egan, who lines up for a shot, tipped in front. Shot, whoa, wide and high from Derek Morgan, who's back battling in front of the net, and another shot that hits the outside of the net from Ethan Van Aerset. Another centering pass to Ethan Van Aerset there, who he could not handle it as it was at his feet, but picked up here and taken away from them by Ben at center ice, Ben Egan, that is, and lines up for slap shot by Derek Morgan. Oh, and a puck came right out in front of the high slot and just could not be corralled by Tyler Kemp for a shot on net there. Ethan Van Aerset brings it back out to Brady Curick at the point, back down behind the red line there to Tyler Kemp. It looks like nobody wants the puck here. As they're passing it back and forth. 26 seconds left on the power play for Toledo. Brady Curick has the puck back out to the blue line with a centering pass there from Kemp as he dropped it down to the red line. Kemp centered it, but nobody was home. Puck came across the slot there by Ethan Vanderset from the far side. And with 1 second left on the power play, that's going to do it for the power play. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here as Orchard Lake comes out of the box. Vanderset loses the puck there, and it's a one-on-one battle here. As number 4 for Orchard Lake hits the brakes, keeps on going. And 13 there puts a shot on net, but it went wide, and the puck, there's a scramble for it right there in the slot. We had a referee go down. Kind of took my focus away a little bit. Then Egan comes away with the puck, passes it over to Weasel. Weasel's bringing it up to the red line. He gets it to the red line and dumps it in all the way behind the Orchard Lake United goal. Orchard Lake brings it out, passes to the blue line, number 13, who shuffles it along the boards. And it's a foot race here where Xander Kurt wins and now is up against 21 for Orchard Lake, all up along the boards there. Comes the puck. Aiden Depew was kind of waiting for it, and the puck hit off his skate and bounced a funny way and went back to the Orchard Lake United right winger, who put a shot harmlessly to AJ. Like Anthony Leach here is on the face-off, ties up his man as he gets support from Depew. Depew comes out to contest a shot, but big 25 there for Orchard Lake. Does end up getting it to the net. And we have another goalie save. 5:08 left here in the first period. 1-0 Toledo. Anthony Leach wins it back where Gould wrestles his man down to the ice, and Orchard Lake comes away with it. Centering pass blocked by Leach's stick there. Leach comes away with it, looks up ice for Aiden Depew. Aiden Depew's bringing it down the ice up over the red line and across the blue line into the Orchard Lake zone. Dumps it back behind the net where Weasel gives chase, and it's redirected there by Orchard Lake. Orchard Lake here comes up with a pass who is pinched up on the play is Xander Kurt, and Buck came back behind number 66 there and took care of his man. Some people thought it should have been a penalty, as the roars in the crowd would say. But no call. Back to action here. Buck again comes into the zone on his own. He's got 2 other guys with him, passes over to Leach, but he gets through Leach and over to Ridings. Ridings gets a shot on goal, and goalie cut across his crease and made a great save on Ridings there, who had teed that one up from a great pass from Bracken Buck. Face-off won by Orchard Lake. They bring it out here. Number 10 passes over to 99. 99 brings it up across the blue line. A little bit too far out in front of him, but he regains the puck, and Brady Curritt comes over to help out. And he takes the puck away as Rose sent it around the boards. Riding's pass did not get out of the zone or to the man he was intending it to get to. And the puck ended up behind the Toledo net, and number 10 for Orchard Lake centered it, with number 13 standing right there. Took a shot, the puck never left the ice, and I don't think AJ saw it one bit, because it rattled around the back of the pipes there before anybody really realized it went in. We have a 1-1 game today. And here's the face-off, center ice. One there by Toledo. Kemp brings it in, tries to go through the legs of number 4, but he closes the gap there and sends it up to his number 99. Number 99 up against the boards there. Coaching staff for Orchard Lake wants a checking penalty against either Derek Morgan or Ben Egan, but they are allowed to bump a little bit at this age, and that was not a full-blown check. Puck's wrapped around. Alex Gould sends it up to Tyler Kemp, who gives it back to Gould, back to Kemp. And Kemp clears the zone, where Morgan gave chase to number 7 for Orchard Lake, but lost that battle. Another hard shot in there by number 13. He just scored the last goal, and he's looking for more. Derek Morgan gets the pass from Ethan, and then it's back to Ethan Vanderset, who brings it across the blue line, does a little dangle, puts it up on his backhand and off the goalie glove. And there's a collision in the crease where the goalie was taken out, and referee blew the whistle as the puck was sitting there in the high slot, and Tyler Kemp had an idea to put it in the back of the net, but the whistle was blown. Toledo here on the face-off with Brackenbuck gets the face-off, sends it back perfectly to David Benn, who could not handle the pass. And the puck is being battled for along the boards there. Still tied up. And Jamison Rose kind of came away with it, wanted a tripping penalty himself as his legs were tangled up with the Orchard Lake player. Either way, Orchard Lake gets it out to center ice where the puck is crossed. This crossing pass was intercepted by David Benn, who continues on with the puck, where Jamison Rose then picks it up and banks it off the boards. Sends us, a centering pass over to Rhino Ridings, who was teed up and just sent it about a foot wide, maybe not even that much. On the way back out is Orchard Lake, who has a 2-on-2. Good save by AJ on number 21 there for Orchard Lake. David Benn tried to chip it off the boards, but two Orchard Lake players were there to stop that from happening. Orchard Lake sent a sort of a shot wide, which gives the puck all the way over to Toledo, and now here's Ben on a semi-breakaway who tried to center that pass, but was knocked down by the Orchard Lake player. Rose and Ben battling along the boards. A lot of pushing and shoving over there. The puck's not moving, though. Some of them are in there just to kind of push, and others are there trying to get the puck. Either way, Orchard Lake comes away with it. It's a long stretch pass up to 66, knocked away by Ben Egan. And returned back down the ice to Jamison Rose, who tees up a shot. Jamison Rose just scored a goal on a deflection back to him from the goalie's stick. He was falling down with his back to the boards and somehow got a stick on that when the goalie was down and the net was wide open. Jamison Rose just scored a heck of a goal, folks. That was a great, great goal. That was a never quit play there. Makes it now 2-1 here. Toledo. Puck is dropped again, and again Toledo comes away with it. They're winning a lot of faceoffs today, and here it comes again. Another almost breakaway, and puck sent there. And another goal. Another goal. Toledo won the faceoff from Jamison Rose, and it was one out where Rhino Ridings came out with it. Skated down the ice. Crossing pass, shot on goal with a deflection right back out in front. Sitting right in the crease, waiting for David Benn to knock that in. That was David Benn's goal. So we have a 3-1 score. We have 50 seconds left in the period. 3-1 Toledo. Another face-off won by Toledo. Anthony Leach brings the puck over the blue line. Tries to go around his man and is taken out of the play, but picked up behind him the puck is by Aiden Depew, who puts a shot harmlessly on the outside of the net there. Orchard Lake gets the puck out of their zone, but it's to the Toledo defense, where Keurig puts the puck in the middle of the ice, and Orchard Lake comes away with it. Orchard Lake flips the puck down in behind the red line there, and it comes back out to Depew, who tries a backhand pass to Weasel, who was sitting at the blue line, but that failed. And the puck is swung back around the boards here. 11 seconds left in the period. And bodies all over the place, and the puck finally comes out to center ice. Well, we got a hooking penalty here coming up to number 88, who got a stick up under the armpit of Weasel as he was trying to skate away with the puck. Hard penalty to take there with 2 seconds left in the period, but nonetheless, penalty it is. After one, we have a score 3-1. We'll be right back. Coach Beard and AJ Cherokee they're having a pretty heated one-way conversation as Coach Beard has a lot to say about maybe positioning. Nonetheless, he took it well and shook his head yes, so whatever it was, he understood what Coach was trying to get across. We are back to live hockey here. A full 2-minute penalty here for Orchard Lake. Puck is dropped 1 to Xander Kurd, who skates the puck up and dumps it into the zone, but intercepted there, and then bounced off of Aiden Depew, the Orchard Lake player. Aiden Depew keeps it in the zone, sends a shot about 2 feet wide of the net, and it wraps itself back around where Weasel goes after it here. Number 13 for Orchard Lake tried to send it around and out, but did not. Xander Kurt lost it off the end of his stick and feathered a weak one to the goal here. Kurt kicked it back in, but 25 was the only one there for Orchard Lake, and sent it the length of the ice before he got to the red line, which is going to be an icing today, folks. .122 left on the power play to Orchard Lake. Face off here in the Orchard Lake zone. Vandersit ties his man up. Another face off won by Toledo. Carrick over to Kemp. Kemp takes a shot. Deflected off the blocker pad by 34, the goalie for Orchard Lake. Ethan Vanderset does a little spin move and gets the puck to his man, which is quickly stolen away there by 25 Goliath for Orchard Lake. Give you an idea of how big he is. He probably would look me in the eye while wearing his skates. That's a pretty big fella there compared to some of the little guys we have. But either way, here comes Vanderset with a head of speed, and a shot goes off the outside post. And comes back to Vanderset. Winding up for a slap shot was Tyler Kemp. Derek Morgan was standing right in his path and took a brunt of that off the shoulder, what it looked like. Seems to be all right. He's still staying out there. Orchard Lake tries to wrap the puck back out and around, but it's intercepted by Kemp. Kemp gets to Gould, who looks around for something to do with it. And no, it's in the net. Gould put that shot on net where it didn't seem like it was even going to make it there with all the sticks that were in front, but it looked as if Derek Morgan's stick was the one that it touched, and it ramped right up over his stick and over the goalie's shoulder into the net for a 4-1 Toledo lead. Toledo's taking control of this game, even though Orchard Lake has their share of shots on net. So again, another Toledo win of the faceoff there. Ben Egan wraps it around, sends it off the boards in the center of the ice, which comes right to Jamison Rose's stick, who, that would be a check, but I guess we're not going to call that one a check. And the puck's sitting there right in the crease. Nobody can get a stick on it except for Orchard Lake, who brings it back out. And a pass intended for number 22 is going to go the length of the ice, and it looks like we have an icing here. Jamison Rose was bringing the puck into the net, or into the zone, trying to put it on net, and got roughed up pretty good. But I guess if they're not going to make calls like that, then these boys will have to step up their game and start playing a little more physical. Another face-off here in the Orchard Lake zone. Again, won by Toledo, but quickly taken away from Rhino Ridings. And now Ben Egan has the puck. D-to-D pass right in the top of the slot there to Buck. Buck gets it quickly out to Ben. Ben lost the puck to his man, but gets it back on his stick. It's a one-on-one. And number 7 made a great play there for Orchard Lake. Cut across Ben's stick and took it away right off the blade of his stick. One-on-one here from 22, who can't settle down that puck. It was on end. So he was met in the corner by Ridings. Giving another shot on goal here. 66 for Orchard Lake. Tried to get the puck in there. And they're going to call a high stick on somebody. We're going to call Ben Egan with a high stick. I'll have to rewatch that tape. Buck is standing there as if maybe he thought it was him that got the penalty, but he says, nope, I'll go to the bench. Ben can go to the box. Puck is dropped, and this faceoff is not won by Toledo. Instead won by Orchard Lake. Number 4 defenseman put a shot on goal, blocked and knocked down by AJ. And sent around the back of the goal, where Weasel's in a battle with it. Off the boards, and he's going to get it to center ice. Center ice to Depew. Depew with a full head of steam tries to go around his man and does. He's getting mauled from all sides. Still gets a shot off. And the goalie makes a stick save and falls on it. Weasel was there to try to give support, but the goalie would not give up a rebound in that case. So Orchard Lake power play, 1 minute 34 seconds left on that. To the high stick for from Ben Egan. Puck comes away to Orchard Lake. Xander Kirk caught pinching up a little bit. It could be a 2-on-1. Shot sent wide of the net by 99 for Orchard Lake. And out to Bracken Buck. Bracken Buck sent it around the boards, but it was picked up there by the defenseman of Orchard Lake, who sends a shot on goal. And it is corralled there by AJ Cherokee. Face-off dropped, and the puck's just sitting there. Nobody can get a foot or stick on it until 13 does there. Out to the point. And another shot from the right defenseman of Orchard Lake gets through. AJ saw that one all the way and knocked it down and covered it right away as well. Both teams are going to make a full change here with 1:03 left in the penalty to Egan. Puck is dropped, man is tied up there. Morgan got a stick on it, and then he gets a belly on it, and then he's off to the races. It's just him and number 33, and 33 caught up to him. He still gets a backhanded shot off. That is, save is made there by 34 for Orchard Lake. And here comes Orchard Lake coming back out of the zone. 21 tries to shift it over to 55. Pass was a little bit behind him, so he dumps it in. Brady Kirk goes behind the net there and moves it along the boards there up to the near side, where 25 got a stick on it and then gets a shot on goal. AJ Kirkus knocked that down again, and he's seen 3 shots in a row from that exact same spot with no traffic in front of him. So 30 seconds here left in the penalty kill for Toledo. Puck comes away again, and Morgan almost got another stick on it and was almost off to the races again, but the puck does end up getting out of the zone where Orchard Lake has to reset. 55 dumps it back in, and it is then sent around the near side boards here by Xander Kurt, and another shot from the same exact spot that we just talked about was blocked down. Oh, number 4 for Orchard Lake sent one up in the air. It hit something when it was about 4 or 5 feet in the air and went straight down, and I don't think AJ saw that puck, or at least not the redirection. Orchard Lake is fighting and clawing to get back in this thing here, and we have a 4-2 game. Orchard Lake wins the draw back, sends it up to number 66 here, who gains the blue line. He's tripped up a little bit by Jamison Rose, no call on the play, and number 13 wraps it around the boards to the back of the net, where he and 66 are playing monkey in the middle with Jamison Rose. 22 brings it in off the boards, tries a backhand. Puck is knocked down in front by Brady Keurig, who then goes and gets his own rebound to the corner and gets the puck to the blue line and finally out. From center ice, 13 sends it in around the backside where Egan goes and gets it, where he then puts a little muscle into it and wraps it around to Ridings. Ridings couldn't handle it, comes off the boards funny. Neither could the defenseman for Orchard Lake, so Rose gets on it and ties up the legs of his man, where Orchard Lake then comes and gets it. Here comes 66 with a little flip shot, and it goes in. 66 just flipped it as if he was trying to make a little weak shot to the goaltender, AJ. Probably in hopes that AJ would kick it out to his teammate, and he didn't need to. It snuck its way into the very far side of the goal there from where the shot was taken. So here we are. We're back into a 4-3 game where Orchard Lake feels good about past few shifts. Here we go again. Number 10 just skates it in. Goes right around his man. Practically uncontested in the first shot Carson Dirkmaat sees. Goes right through the 5-hole. We have a tie game, 4-4. Back to the action here. Apologize for that as the internet service went out here at Orchard Lake. 4-4 game as Orchard Lake has come storming back and scored 3 unanswered goals. It was 4-1 no more than 5 minutes ago. It is now 4-4 in the second period with 7:45 left. Another quick shot off a face-off win, and Dirkmaat makes the save this time. First shot he saw went in, but not that one. That one was a good save. And puck comes around where it's knocked out there to the point to Morgan. Morgan couldn't beat his man to the puck, so now there's a battle ensuing along the boards here, near side boards. Puck comes free and won back by Toledo. Here comes Ethan Vanderset, full head of steam. He is caught up from behind by number 13. Everybody stays on side where Morgan kind of flicks the puck right on goal, and it kind of takes a funny bounce and up and into the glove of the goalie, who was probably not trying to make a glove save there, but it hit something out in front and ended up there. Face off back down here in the Orchard Lake zone. One back by Orchard Lake, but then given to the point man, Alex Gould. Alex Gould gets it back down to Jamison Rose, who puts a shot on net from the red line there, but it doesn't do anything but end up in the goalie's possession. 6:50 left here in the second. Jamison Rhodes has had his hands up as if that puck was going in, but it ends up coming back out to the point where Gould loses it, and we have a 3-on-1 here. Orchard Lake brings it in, and it's broken up nicely by Brady Curick, who got a stick on it, and 66 did end up getting a nice shot off, but it was saved by Carson Dirkmaat. Ridings then gets it across where Ben is waiting at the blue line. It's a 3-on-1 and no. Whoa, that puck was dangerously in the high slot for Orchard Lake, but the goalie came out and challenged and ended up making a nice save. That could have gone either way. Puck comes out and it gets across the blue line where Ridings tries to bat it down away from 66, but 66 there picks up the puck. Another quick flip shot on net. He must like doing those because it's trying to catch you off guard. Shot from the point by number 4, bounces off the stick of Toledo goalie Carson Dirkmaat, and he covers. 5:48 left in the second period. Puck is dropped and one back to the point by Orchard Lake, but then taken away by Hayden Depew. Depew lost it off his stick to Ben Egan, who sends it over to Weasel. Weasel tried to corral it, but it was taken off of his stick by 71 for Orchard Lake. Waiting for everybody to get on side was Leach, and he does, and dumps it into the back of the Orchard Lake zone. Orchard Lake picks it up, wraps it around the near side boards where Egan tries to keep it in and does twice, but none of the Toledo Cherokee are deep enough in the zone to contest. Here comes the puck again as Ben Egan gets it, flips it back out over the man, number 99, somewhat dangerously, but got away with it. Hayden Depew comes away with it there from the boards, gives it to Weasel. Weasel goes in the back of the net, behind the net, battle with his man, where Orchard Lake comes away with it. Pinching down with Xander Kurt. Got a stick on it twice, but Toledo was leaving the zone, so Orchard Lake comes away with it again. Buck here at the blue line. Bracken Buck sends it across, tries to pitchfork a backhand somewhere near the net, and it doesn't get through. Puck is cleared all the way down the length of the ice by Orchard Lake. There's no icing on the play as Weasel battles his man for it and does clear the zone. Somehow Ethan Van Erset goes down, but gets back up, and here comes Derek Morgan. Morgan goes around his man 25, gets a little bit of a hook underneath the armpits. Nobody there to make that call, and the weak shot on net doesn't get through. Coming away with it is Orchard Lake, going the other way. Tyler Kemp comes off the bench to back check, as well as Derek Morgan. Another shot comes in and is sticked away by Carson Dirkmott. Here comes a 2-on-1 if Toledo hurries. Here we go. Tyler Kemp comes across, sends it over to Morgan. Morgan had to turn around to get the pass and is mauled down to the ground by 21 and 10 for Orchard Lake. Intercepting the pass, but then giving it back as Ethan Van Erset comes across to the other side of the ice where Kemp has to wait for everybody to clear the zone, and does, and sends a slap shot in. Orchard Lake fella was just taken out by a sniper from the third row as nobody was around him as he fell down. Doesn't kick the puck nicely to his man, who sends it up to Keurig at the point. Keurig holds it in and gives it to his man Morgan. Morgan puts a crossing pass around there. Tyler Kemp was tied up by his guy, could not get a good stick on it. Ethan Van Erset sends it harmlessly into the high slot where Orchard Lake comes away with it, skates the length of the ice. Here's number 55, puts a little move on Gould, sends a shot into the crease where Carson Dirkmott, doing the splits, makes a beautiful save. So we have a face-off in Toledo zone. One back by Toledo. Taken around his own net is Xander Kurt, who tried to flip it around his man and somewhat loses the puck, gets it back, then sends it off to the point where Orchard Lake defenseman holds it in, where they are now battling right out in front of the net, trying to get a scramble for the puck, and it finally goes in. Toledo players in front of the net could not find the puck, and Orchard Lake did. They found a way to put it into the back of the net. We have a 5-4 Orchard Lake lead right now. Carson Dirkmott was on his rear trying to do the best he could, but nobody picked up players. They were looking around for the puck, and the puck finally ended up in the Orchard Lake possession. Here they come again off the face-off. Puck on net where Dirkmott makes a save and stops play. 2:23 left here in the second period. We have a 5-4 Orchard Lake lead. Face-off one here by Toledo. Long stretch pass up to David Ben. Catches the defenseman not looking, but the defenseman ended up turning around, finding the puck on his stick. Somewhat on accident. And the puck is now being battled for here right at the blue line. of the Orchard Lake zone. Never quite left the zone. Jamison Rose gets tied up there as he's trying to get around his guy, and here we go again. Orchard Lake has a 2-on-1 as he passes it over the center side there. We're going to have a tripping penalty coming up to Bracken Buck as he tried to knock the puck off the stick of the Orchard Lake player coming into the zone, and the Orchard Lake player tumbled to the ice. So here we go. 1:44 left in the period. And Jamison Rose takes the face-off, loses the face-off, but Orchard Lake's pass out to their defenseman gets by him, and here comes David Ben on a breakaway shot. Save made by the Orchard Lake goalie, who knocked it to his player. Back to number 10 for Orchard Lake, who skates around Alex Gould and puts a shot up high, and glove save made by Carson Dirkmott. Forward line change for Toledo. Sends Tyler Kemp and Aiden Depew out onto the ice. Face off here taken by Toledo here. Coming up to the red line and over the blue line into their zone onside. Depew sends a shot wide on Orchard Lake goalie. Orchard Lake gets it then out of the zone. Tyler Kemp ends up using his skate to stop the progress of Orchard Lake. Ben Egan steps up himself and takes the puck away from number 10, where Tyler Kemp dumps it back into the zone, and it will be no icing. Another intercepted pass by Kemp. Gets knocked down, but then picked back up by Orchard Lake. Orchard Lake just can't seem to handle that pass on the left side. Another scramble for the puck, taken away by Ben Egan. All the way down the ice. Here he comes, skating with a full head of steam. Goes left, goes right. Ties up around his man there and is trying to keep the puck there behind the Orchard Lake net. Does a good job of that and comes off back to his point. Tyler Kemp now battling all by himself there, looking for a centering pass, but nobody to pass to as he's down a man. Puck ended up coming out of the zone. I don't think Brady Keurig thought that puck had enough steam to get to him before the Orchard Lake player could pick it up, but it actually had enough speed on it to where he should have kept that puck in the zone, and we should have been running out this clock. 9.8 seconds left in the second period. 5-4 Orchard Lake United. 25 seconds left on the tripping penalty to Bracken Buck. Face off taken by Toledo and into the zone, where Orchard Lake then shuffles it back down the ice, and Toledo sends it back down to run out the clock. After 2 periods of play, 5-4, Orchard Lake over Toledo. We'll be back. Start of the third period sees us with a 15-second power play for Orchard Lake. Ethan Vanderset won the face-off, and it gets chipped back out to Orchard Lake, who then dumps it back into the zone here. Xander Kurt swings it around his net and off the sideboards to the blue line, where it is not held in by the Orchard Lake player. Instead, it's all the way down into their zone. Derek Morgan gives chase to 33. That'll do it for the power play. Holding the blue line there was Ben Egan as the puck came all the way out, and Derek Morgan tried to send it back into the corner, but picked up by Orchard Lake. Xander Kurt stole the puck away and tried to come in and make a play on it, but got a little too far away from him. Orchard Lake gets it back out, and they're going to try gaining the zone here, where he's met by and went around Ben Egan. Got caught standing still a little bit there, and the puck is wrapped around by the Toledo winger. Puck is then sent behind the red line of Toledo. And brought back out here by Ethan Vanderset. Makes a move, cuts across, comes down the ice. He's had Derek Morgan. Morgan comes off for a change, where Van Erset lost the puck, and Ben Egan was there to pick it up and then give it back, and now Orchard Lake gave it back and Ben Egan gave it back. So now they got the puck all the way back here. Comes out to center ice. David Ben picks it up right here. Oh, would have had a clear-cut breakaway had that puck gone his way just a little bit. It's brought back out to Ben Egan in his own zone, who clears it out, gives it to Tyler Kemp. Kemp tries to put a move on his man, but he's there to keep it in check. Crossing pass gets by Jamison Rose. Alex Gould could not make the play on his man. Went around him. David Ben then lost the puck, and here's a point-blank shot right on net and pad save by Carson Dirkmott. Dirkmott is not getting any help whatsoever here, as Orchard Lake is looking to pick up their 6th goal of the day. Puck comes out to the point, where it's knocked down and deflected by Tyler Kemp. Kemp collided with another Orchard Lake player. Meanwhile, on the back end, Jamison Rose sends it off the glass behind the net as his shot went too high. Puck is cleared out of the zone as Bracken Buck had fallen down, and it gets all the way down onto Carson Dirkmott. Mike and Mary must spend quite a bit of money on sticks for Jamison, as this young man loves to slam his stick when things don't go his way. And speaking of which, here's Jamison on the face-off. Finally won by Toledo there, as Bracken Buck banks it off the boards, gives it to David Ben, who sends the puck out. And here we go. We have a breakaway here. If he can handle it, here comes Rhino Ridings. Makes a move, tried to go backhand and did not get a shot off, as a little scruffle ensuing. Now we have a moron coach here who's calling the game here for himself, wants somebody ejected for something. Face off, won by Toledo, point blank. Shot right into the chest of the Orchard Lake goalie. Things are getting a little bit heated up here, as this coach for Orchard Lake really wants to win this game, and is making that known by talking directly to our players. I don't think that's going to go well for him. Either way, David Ben on the face-off. Gets it back out to the point where Orchard Lake clears the zone. Toledo regains the entry, and there's a slap shot lined up by Jamison Rose. That another stick slam on the ice, as the goal did not go in. Face-off one and shot on goal, stick saved by the goalie. Shot on goal by Rose. Puck works its way back behind the net again, and Riding sends it back over to Rose. Rose hits the brakes, does a few dangles, tries to get it to David Ben, and catches up with his guy. Orchard Lake with the, and a shot on goal, and a beautiful save by Carson Dirkmott. It was a one-on-one with number, I believe, 99, and he got a shot off that hit the skate and redirected, where Carson thought the puck was going one way and it ended up going exactly opposite, and he had the wherewithal to kick that leg out and stop the puck. Leach wins the face-off here, taken back around the backside of the net and swung up the far side boards to Depew, who tried to play a little chip pass to Leach. It was broken up by Orchard Lake, but then taken back again by Depew, who comes all the way back around the net and gives it to his point man Keurig, who sends it back down to Depew, back behind the red line. Depew in a battle with big number 25 for Orchard Lake. Weasel comes in to support, but the puck ends up coming back around to Orchard Lake. Battle still going on, and puck cannot get out of the zone as Orchard Lake comes back with it and tries to reset behind their own net. Depew meets his man back there, and the pass comes right to Weasel, who skates it back around the backside of the net again. It looks like Toledo can use a line change here, as they are a little bit gassed. Big number 10 comes down on somewhat of a breakaway. Keurig makes a nice play on him, and so does Carson Dirkmott. Ben Egan takes it all the way out of the zone, and there. Gets the puck teed up right in front of the net, and Weasel sends a 5-hole past the goalie to tie this game up at 5. Great play along the backside of that red line to get that puck out for a waiting Weasel, who buried it. There we go. Tried to get centered to Morgan. Morgan got knocked down by his man from behind. Here comes Orchard Lake. Orchard Lake trying that stretch pass again, but there is Bracken Buck to break that up. Buck gets it back out to center ice. Orchard Lake clears the zone, and Toledo brings it right back in. Ethan dangles through 2-3 and gets a shot on net that doesn't get through, but Tyler Kemp was there for the rebound and scores. Man, this game changes hands quickly. Toledo's just scored 2 goals in less than a minute. We have 8:01 left here in the game in the third period. Tyler Kemp was there for the garbage goal rebound and did what he was supposed to do and buried it. And that has got to make your Orchard Lake coach unhappy. Face off one again by Toledo. Sent up the boards where Derek Morgan tried to chip it around his man, but good defense there by Orchard Lake. Comes back out to Buck. Buck around to Gould. Gould up to Kemp. And Kemp lost the puck back, and here comes Bracken Buck again. Buck tried to get it deep into the zone, but it hit off the Orchard Lake player and slowed there. Here comes 55 for Orchard Lake. It's a very weak shot where it is sticked aside by Carson Dirkmott. Buck sends it around the boards for a waiting Derek Morgan. Morgan skates it out, tries a backhanded pass, but whiffs on it. Turns around, gets it to his forehand where Kemp was there. Ethan Vanderset is being told to get it deep and does not get it deep. Scrum for the puck. Nobody quite has possession yet, and Orchard Lake comes away with it. Clear the zone. Vander Kurt comes with the puck here. Tries to gain the zone and does. It's a 1-on-3. He still gets a shot off and a stick save by number 34 for Orchard Lake. .54 left in the third. 6-5 Toledo, and we know that that score can change at any point here with the way everybody's been playing lately. 99 for Toledo tried to, or excuse me, 99 for Orchard Lake tried to get the puck out past Ben Egan. Ben Egan sticked it down, and puck found its way back over the blue line for an offside. So battle ensues there between number 13 and number 97 for Toledo, Jamison Rose, as the faceoff was dropped and both went sprawling around there. Puck was wrapped around. David Ben had the puck, passed it up to Jamison Rose, who tipped it, could not handle the pass. Puck gets cleared out to center ice. Ben Egan passes it over to Brady Keurig. Keurig dumps it down into the zone to the Orchard Lake player, and the puck is up out of play onto the bench. Faceoff comes just outside the Orchard Lake zone. And we're going to have a penalty here for interference to David Ben. Face-off won by Jamison Rose and taken away by Orchard Lake. And 10 brings the puck down and one-on-one with Brady Keurig. Let's see if he can get a shot off. No, he goes around the backside of the net where the centering try was intercepted by Jamison. Shot tried to get through from the point, does not. Blocked down by Jamison Rose, who keeps going after it. Number 10 with the puck gets it back out to number 4. They try to set up their power play. Puck is in the Toledo zone here, where Ben Egan's going to get a check from behind penalty here, and they'll have a 5-on-3. Bad time to take a penalty like that. 1:11 left in David Ben's penalty, and now Orchard Lake will have a 5-on-3 for approximately 1 minute 11 seconds. Toledo with a 6-5 lead. Critical moment in the game here. We have Bracken Buck, Xander Kurt, and Jamison Rose out there for Toledo. And it looks like 3 of the 5 Orchard Lake players are driving home on their own today, as they are some pretty big boys. Shot is taken there by number 25, put right into the gut of Carson Dirkmott. .102 left to the 5-on-3. Jamison Rose on the faceoff loses that. Puck comes back out to him, where he collects the puck and does not get it out of the zone. Orchard Lake still has it, but Xander Kurt chips it and tips it, where he takes it down the length of the ice and tries to shuffle it down into the zone, but it's taken away by Orchard Lake. It's a scrum as the puck ended up underneath one of the Orchard Lake players, and Jamison Rose has it all by himself. He is a 1-on-4 wrecking crew right here, where the puck is not covered by the goalie, and he looks gassed. We have a 2-on-2 here as Orchard Lake tries to get the puck out. Shot. Goal. Right underneath the crossbar. 6-6. Jamison Rose got caught up there after busting his tail behind the Orchard Lake goal and could not get back to help out. It ended up being a 2-on-2 that turned into a 3-on-2, and now it's still a power play though for Orchard Lake United for 1 minute and 2 seconds. Face-off won by David Ben back to Keurig. Keurig tries to chip it out of the zone here where Derek Morgan battles his man, but Orchard Lake comes away with it. Orchard Lake dumps it into the net, into the goal end of Toledo, and Brady Keurig comes around, takes possession of the puck where Derek Morgan gets Keurig's pass off the boards. And here comes Derek Morgan on a rush into the zone. He cuts back out in front of the net and tries a shot on goal. Couldn't get it to go. Still loose in front. Finally, I think the goalie ended up picking it up. 28 seconds left in the Orchard Lake power play. 3:47 on the game clock as it is 6-6. David Ben lines up for the face-off. We got Gould and Keurig on D. Toledo wins it, but loses the puck there at the blue line. Here comes 22 coming up with Alex Gould in front of him. Does a left to right. No call on anything there as he was taken down on the play. Brady Keurig tried to clear it, but number 4 holds the zone. Sends a shot, and here's a redirect. Here's a move in front by 66 who tried to get it. The puck is still loose. And referee blew the whistle dead. I don't know if he lost sight of the puck or if whatever happened, but either way, that's a good thing for Toledo as there was scramble in front of their net and the puck was still loose. 5 seconds left on the penalty to Ben Egan for checking. And Vanderset takes the face off. Puck comes back out to the Orchard Lake blue line there and dumped back in by number 71. Brackenbuck comes out, falls to the ice trying to get the puck, and there's a battle going on there. 3 minutes left in the game as we have a 6-6 tie. Puck gets to the point where it is shot is taken, knocked down by Vanderset, and it is cleared. Ridings tries to get on it, and we're going to have a penalty here coming up for checking against Orchard Lake. And there's the whistle. Vanderset chipped it ahead, trying to get it to his winger, Rhino Ridings, and right after that, the Orchard Lake player decided it was time for him to take a seat on the ice, which will give Toledo a power play. Five-on-four Toledo here, 6-6 tie with 2:31 left in the game, but more importantly, a 2-minute power play for Toledo. Jamison Rose battles along the boards there. Ridings comes away with it. Puck ends up in front of the Orchard Lake goalie, and the helmet comes off for the Orchard Lake goalie. So with 2:20 left, I'm not sure what just happened, but they gave a penalty to Orchard Lake, apparently for something after the whistle. 5-on-3 for Toledo. Orchard Lake comes over there. Here comes Jameson Rose, who puts a backhand right up over the goalie's shoulder, and Toledo takes the lead again, 7-6. He wins the face-off. Comes away with it, deeks and dangles, and the goalie had the goalie down on sliding to his left and put it over his right shoulder. 7-6 Toledo, still on the power play for another minute 55 with 2:15 left in the game. 7-6 Toledo. Toledo will have Keurig, Buck, Van Herset, Morgan, and Kemp out there. Face-off comes around and taken away by Orchard Lake, who Orchard Lake player met by Derek Morgan. Morgan stood him up, and Van Herset takes a weak shot on goal. Puck is wrapped around to Buck, where good thing for Buck that the Orchard Lake player fell down because he kind of mishandled it. A wraparound try by Van Herset does not go, and Orchard Lake goalie comes away with it there for a stoppage of play. 1:46 left on the clock. 1:26 left in the power play for Toledo. Same line for Toledo. As the puck is dropped, and it is won by Ethan Van Herset, who puts it right in between the defensemen. Buck then sends it in, and here comes Kemp with an empty net. He takes a shot and he scores. Orchard Lake was trying to pull their goalie to even things up 5-on-5 as they thought they had possession of the puck, and Tyler Kemp was there to take it away and had a clear shot on net with nobody in it. So the power play is off for Toledo, but the score is now 8-6. So .134 left in the game. Look for Orchard Lake to pull the goalie possibly again as Depew gets tied up with his man. Xander Kirk comes away with the puck momentarily. Here comes Orchard Lake again. Apparently the coach for the other team knows Jesus Christ as he says his name very loud. Egan gets the puck into the zone and does exactly what the coach is telling him to do, puts it deep behind the net. We're down to 1 minute left in the period, 1 minute left in the game, as a matter of fact. Orchard Lake tries to chip the puck out of their own zone. We have a battle ensuing along the boards there where Hugh comes away with it, gets back out to Xander Kurt, who then sends it again behind the ice. Another sniper shot from the third row gets the Orchard Lake player sent to his butt. Weasel stick hands around with it, then sends it back behind the goal again, and they do-si-do with their player. I think Batman is the coach for Orchard Lake, as he has the same voice. Shot on net ends up in the padding of the Orchard Lake goalie, sent in from Weasel. 26.7 seconds left on the clock, and what's been a very up and down game as Toledo led at one point by 4-1, and Orchard Lake came storming back with 3 unanswered to make it 4-4, then ended up having a lead at 6-5 before Toledo ended up taking a 8-6 lead. Leach wins the faceoff and just dumps it harmlessly back down behind the red line of Toledo, where Weasel tries to stand up his man, but unfortunately is outweighed by 70 pounds. Shot comes in from Buck as the Orchard Lake goalie makes a nice glove save. 13.9 seconds left. The face-off one here by Leach, who takes it and dishes it off to Depew, but Depew loses it to Orchard Lake. Leach puts his rear end into the Orchard Lake player, who goes down, and puck comes out harmlessly to center ice, where the game clock ends. We have a final score of 6-8, as it was a combined team effort, literally, by everybody here for Toledo, as Carson finishes the game that AJ started. Good team effort today by Toledo. A little bit of some trouble with some penalties, but ended up coming away with the victory here, 8-6. In a classless move, the Orchard Lake coach decides it's not time to shake hands. Great finish to that game, as he sends out his PR guy to do all the dirty work. Signing off.